14,000 have now been sold of our Warm Living Deluxe infrared stove heater. Oh, it's getting cold outside. It's getting chilly out there. We need a heater to keep us warm in bed, in the living room when we're watching TV and our favorite shows. This from Warm Living is a true bestseller. The iconic look, the soothing heat combined with the charm, the warmth, the features that make this more than just a heater, but a piece of furniture for your home. The last time we had it as a Today Special, 2019, it was $99. And today in 2022, it's still $99, unbelievable. Free shipping and handling and flex pay is available. We're gonna talk about the digital thermostat that you can set the specific temperature that you like, not just high, medium, and low. We're gonna talk about the next generation flame technology on the inside that simulates a real crackling flame. We're gonna talk about the remote control that's allowing us to control this from the comfort of our favorite chair. We'll certainly talk about the style and the quality and the safety features. I want to go over the colors because, again, this is the last presentation of the day and the last presentation of the year at that Today's Special price. This is the teal. I have 350 left. This is the teal. There are 350 left. Really beautiful. One of those designer colors. This is the fire engine red that if you want that splash of something special, well, then you already know if that's for you. The three best sellers, and I'm going with third place first, are on the way next. This is the third best seller. It's the copper. It has a warm tone to it. There's a brown in there, but it really is beautifully made. Gorgeous design. If you want something more contemporary, more modern, more restoration-y, the gray, obviously, one of the in colors of the past 5-6 years, very popular today, but Houston, we do have a problem because most of America has ordered the black. And if you want the black, there are only 450 remaining. If you want the black, only 450 are remaining. Beautiful color, obviously simple, easy, goes with everything. Look at the gorgeous accents that you've got here as well that really bring it to life. We're gonna show you all the controls that you can control on board and from the remote. Again, there's that digital thermostat. You can have just the flickering flame on and no heat, or you could have the heat on with no flickering flame, or you can have both of them, but it's really well designed. This winter, as we know energy bills are going up, let's get a heater that we can warm our favorite rooms of the house with without spending crazy amounts of money on the whole home. Let's get a heater that you'll love to have out, that's not just like an eyesore, but something special. All right, let's keep going. Let's introduce for the final time. It's been a couple of years now, but Kerry McNally is running. He's sprinting to the studio. He's doing a victory lap. Here he comes. He's been on since midnight, and this is the final one.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, this is so exciting. It's so exciting to be here. Thank you so much for all of your calls and your orders. I know a lot of you are picking up 2 or 3 of these today. So on your marks, get set, let's go. This is the final opportunity. We're so honored and excited and proud to present Warm Living. This is a project that is over 2 years in the making. We wanted to do this in 21. We couldn't do it because of all the shipping challenges that everybody was facing all over the world. And now we have it for you at the same price it was at 2019. So jump right in. A lot of folks have gotten 2 or 3 of these. I think you're gonna be excited about, obviously, the look. It's gorgeous. It warms your heart. It warms a room. But it also warms the cockles, right? Because this is real infrared heating technology, and it's gonna give you the opportunity to lower the thermostat in the rest of the house and maintain the exact temperature that you want, you desire, and you deserve wherever it is you are spending a preponderance of your time. And if you have fur babies like I do, we have 2 cats, Callie and Sally McNally, and then we have Olive McWilden, the Duchess of Kenwood. She's a Labrador Retriever. They're gonna hang out right here. Everybody, all the fur babies are gonna be right here. Now let's jump right in and talk about infrared heating technology. This is the latest and greatest technology that we've upgraded. The 2019 edition had the heating elements on the bottom of the unit, and you gave us some feedback and you said, you know, it's a little too low. I don't really want it that low. And we found when we moved it up to the top, it actually does a better job of heating a wider area in a shorter period of time. So thank you very much for that feedback. So what is infrared versus the stuff we grew up with? Well, we all grew up with those old clankety space heaters, those coil space heaters. A lot of them look like old ray guns from a 1960s black and white sci-fi movie. That wasn't believable at all. They make a lot of noise when you turn them on. Sometimes they smell when you first turn them on. These are infrared bulbs. They create this beautiful heat that heats you subcutaneously. That's a $5 word. That means from the inside out. It heats objects in the room safely, like you or your pets or the couch that you're sitting on or the bed that you're laying in. This unit draws the cold air in, represented by the blue arrows, and that air goes up, over, and around those light bulbs, right? And that heats the air and gently pushes it out into the room. You will feel it almost immediately. The other aspect, and why it's been so popular as well, is it doesn't dry out the air in the room. It does not remove 100% of the relative humidity in the room. You fire up forced air, even oil, all that stuff just eliminates the moisture in the air. That will never happen with this unit. And when we talk about the technology versus the size, these weigh 10.5 pounds. I don't know why my voice went up.
I was going to say, very high there.
10.5 pounds. 10.5 pounds. I can lift this with 2 fingers. Now, clearly, I spend a lot of time in the gym. This doesn't happen by accident. But you can lift this with 2 fingers, which basically makes it mobile. To get it going, you're just going to assemble. You're going to put these 4 legs on. You can do that with a Phillips head screwdriver in less than 5 minutes. You have the legs on, and then that's it. You plug it in, and you're good to go. It is 22.5 inches tall. It's 15.5 inches wide and about 11 inches deep. So it has a relatively small footprint. You can operate it, as Adam said, from the large touch LED display, or you can operate it from the remote control, which we include, which is a universal remote. So if you do buy more than one, the universal remote is going to work with any of the units. Now, something that weighs 10.5 pounds, you can see the flame effect from all 3 sides. It is remarkable the kind of heat that this can produce. Listen to this. This unit that weighs 10.5 pounds is going to heat a room that's 1,000 square feet over 12 degrees in a 9-hour period. It's rated to heat almost instantly a 150 square foot room. That's indicated right there, that's the kitchen. Now, if you put this between the kitchen and the living room, it may take an hour, but you're gonna heat those 2 spaces perfectly in a matter of an hour or so. In a bedroom, absolutely. In a den, in a home office, down in the basement, finished or unfinished, in that music room, in that room that maybe you close off in the wintertime. And you can have it with you wherever you spend most of your time. And that means, again, you can turn the thermostat down in the rest of the house. So congratulations if you got yours already. Where are we at? You said 1,400?
We've sold how many? 14,000 now?
14,000. That's a little different.
Wow. Just a few more.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Thank you so much for shopping with us. Good for you if you're getting it for yourself. If you're giving this as a gift, I gave this a very similar model to my dad in 2019, and he just, every time I would call him, he would rave about it. Just sitting on the couch currently with Mookie, my cat, reading this new book about Thomas Jefferson. He's a retired history teacher, public school history teacher. And so if you give it to somebody as a gift, I think it sounds cliche, of course it does, but it is the gift that keeps on giving. So good for you if you got one for yourself, but if you got one for somebody you love, you're gonna hear a lot of good things coming from them about this unit.
If we just get down here for just a second, I just want to, guys, can we get close? Just sit for a second next, because I want you to look inside. The flickering flame that you see is not the traditional, it's that next generation technology that gives it that lifelike look, the burning embers. I mean, that technology is very upgraded versus previous models.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the same technology they use in Hollywood. When they want to create a scene, maybe it's a romantic scene and there are two people, you know, cuddling by a fire, they're not going to have an actual fireplace going, because then the actors are going to be sweating. They're going to be, cut, more makeup, get a sponge, get the powder. No, it's this. This is the same stuff they use in Hollywood, because they're not going to have a huge actual fireplace going. Now, if you wanted to buy a potbelly stove, they cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. They weigh hundreds of pounds, and you got to go out and wear a shirt like this and chop a bunch of wood. And then you have to worry about all the ashes and so on and so on. This way you have the best of both worlds. You have the look and feel of a true, authentic, antique style potbelly stove with that state-of-the-art infrared heating technology.
So obviously we find ourselves at the end of this day. Kerry started at midnight last night. It's been a roaring, no pun intended, but this is a last chance to be able to get it in the color that you want. You know, we can talk about how great this value is all night long, because it really is great for $99. Obviously, you can buy a heater for $99, but it's going to be the typical, usual, kind of very basic look. It's not going to be attractive. This is something you'll be proud to have on display, that you'll love having. And even when it's not wintertime, you'll still have it, and you'll have the flickering flame as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Something that you'll love all year long. But as good a deal as it is, I want you to get the color that you love the most. Now, all the colors are popular, the teal, the red, the copper, the gray, but if we hone in on the black, I just want to make sure you know, and I'm thrilled that we have any available now for this presentation, but we're taking final orders on the black, and there is no extended delivery or wait list or advanced order. This is the only shipment of the entire year. So if you love this color, and you love the idea, you love the concept, 1,500 watts of power, and you want the black, you have to order in the next 10 minutes. You have to. We won't sell out of the teal, I don't believe, or the red. The gray and the copper, probably, I think so, because in the gray there's only 400 now left, and in the copper there's only about, I think, 450 or 460. But the black, with everybody ordering, there's, I'd say at the most 300 now left, and I'm being conservative there. So last chance on the black. Ultimately, Kerry, it looks beautiful, and it's got the aesthetic that we love, but it's got the technology as well.
That's the beauty of it. And again, we're talking about something that weighs 10.5 pounds. 10.5 pounds, right. That's 22 inches tall, 15 inches wide, and only 11.5 inches deep. So the footprint is very, very small, but the power and performance is really remarkable. This is a laser thermometer. A lot of chefs, including Curtis Stone, use these to take the temperature of food before they serve it. All you do is you point it at whatever you want to find out, you know, what the temperature is. So I point it right at the ground, and it's 78 degrees on the studio floor here at HSN Studios, right? So now I'm going to take the temperature of the top of the unit, just to make sure, because it's cool to touch. It's at about 100 degrees, but it's not going to burn my hand.
Right.
The sides, take the temperature of the sides, that's at 93 degrees. Again, not gonna burn my hands. Let's take the temperature of the air coming out of the warm living stove. Let's take a look at this.
Okay.
It can't even read that one, it's too high. It's saying oh.
It's going off the scale.
Oh, okay, what's that? What does that say? 513 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't believe, Adam, that my oven at home goes that high. I know when it's 450, I gotta stay close, because that pizza is gonna be ready in about 12 minutes. 450 is hot. That's 513 live on the air. And that's why when we say it's going to heat the room that you're in to the exact temperature that you want. So if you say, I want it to be 73, and I've been around the block a few times, and while I'm not the brightest bulb in the marquee, I know what I want at this point in my life. I know what I want to sleep, the temperature of the sleep, I want to sleep in, and I want the temperature to be a certain comfortable around 73 degrees. That's what makes me happy. I love San Diego. Don't hate me. Here's the thing. But if you want it at 75 or 78, or you want it at 68, or whatever you want it to be at, that's the temperature it's going to be at. It also comes with a timer. You can set it to turn on. Let's say you get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and it's freezing in the house because you want to conserve energy, right? And you're trying to maybe save some money. So you want it to be, it's okay, you're sleeping, you have covers on. But at 7 a.m. when you wake up, you want your room to be warm. Set it for 6 a.m. to be 72 degrees or 73 degrees. When you wake up at 7 a.m., it's 73 degrees.
I mean, it's not just a heater, it's a smart heater in that sense. We've got the timer, we've got the digital thermostat, we've got the remote control, we've got the onboard controls. That maximum 1,500 watts of power is really exciting. And again, you'll love looking at this. You'll love the style of this. Carrie, you were talking earlier about some of the websites where you pin things and you get the inspiration all over there.
Oh,
the style.
Yes, you go to that one, the pin place, the social media place, and you just type in potbelly stoves. I couldn't find an end to it. I'm just going woof, woof, page after page after page after page. And one of the trends that I saw that I was really impressed with was these modular, really modern glass and stainless steel homes in the woods, right? So you have the woods there, and then this modern glass, and over in the corner is a potbelly stove. And then you read the article, and the person that owns the house says, I wanted a piece of history in the middle of all of this modern glass and steel architecture, because it really works. It anchors it in history. And it's such a wonderful trend. But you want to buy a potbelly stove, they're made out of iron. They're hundreds, if not thousands of pounds. They're very expensive, and you have to chop wood, and you have to feed the wood, and then do the ashes and all of that stuff. Right, and you cannot control the temperature, by the way. I remember when I was young, and we went cross-country skiing, and we rented a cabin, and I was so excited. I was probably 12 or 13, and I was like, Dad, can I get the firewood? He's like, yeah, sure, son, go get the firewood. Go ahead and get that thing going. Let me see you make a really good fire. And I kept putting more wood in. He goes, okay, that's probably enough. I said, how come? He goes, because it's going to get really hot in here, and there's no turning that thing down. You have to wait until it just burns out. And of course, that's what happened. Everybody's sweating. We were out of our sleeping bags, and of course, you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, the fire's gone out, and everyone's freezing. This is yours, and you control it. You get the temperature that you want and you deserve, and you control it 24/7.
Carrie's going home in 8 minutes' time. 8 minutes, Carrie. 8 minutes left.
No, let's keep going. Come on, let's just hang out.
We'll just lock the doors. We'll keep. But there's not going to be anything to talk about because it's going to be gone. It'll be sold out. Black. We are taking the final 250 orders.
Okay.
Final 250 orders in black, folks. If you want this, 15,000 have been sold today, nearly in total, and a huge number of that is aimed directly at the black. So 250 left. If you want the black. Again, only chance this year to be able to get it.
It's a race to the finish. This is so exciting. This is fun.
Even when that's gone, we still have other great colors, including the. Tell me, let's go through the colors for a second.
Okay, let's please.
Gray first. We love the gray.
Look, the gray is fantastic. It pops. It works with anything. If you want to do shabby chic, you can do the gray or the teak. You can do that. It goes with just about anything. I love this copper.
I think know that's your favorite.
I think that was the least amount that we ordered.
Yes.
And that's doing really well. That's very popular. Congratulations if you got that. I mean, you can't argue with this at all, especially around the holidays. That fire engine, that sports car red, that little red wagon, that classic red. And then we have the Peacock Teal.
The peacock.
You'd be proud to own.
You would be very proud.
That's right, like a peacock.
Yeah, so that's the teal.
They're all three-sided. That's something that we did on purpose so you can see it. If it's floating out in the center of a room, you're going to be able to see that flame effect from those three sides. Now, if you want to put this on in the middle of summer, in July, you can. My wife likes to have it right by the television in the middle of August, and we're binging for 2-3 hours, eating popcorn and watching a new show that we've discovered or something we just got to finish. You're like that when you're binging. No, one more, honey. I'm exhausted. Okay, just one more. Perfect. You know, it's great that there are no commercials.
Yes.
You can just binge these things. But you can have the flame effect on with or without the heat, and you can have the heat on with or without the flame effect. So you're in charge the way it should be. And is that really 14,500? Wow, that's awesome.
So soon you'll see our clock appear on the screen, and that really is going to be a really good guide for you. This color, and this color will all be gone, it looks like, by midnight. We might have a few left of the red and the peacock teal, but these three are by far way and above the most popular. Treat yourself to something that is more than just a heater. We talk about that classic look of that wood stove. We talk about the classic look, that pot belly shape. We talk about how this adds more to the room rather than taking away from the room. That's what this does. Let me just go through a couple of the kind of more boring things, but still really important. FlexPay. When you see our price, that's the lowest price we've had. It's the same low price as in 2019, which is crazy because, as we know, everything's gone up. This has stayed the same, but got better. If you take a look at the price, the lowest of the year, we've taken that and divided it by 5, so we've got $20. You could order this today for just $20 plus tax. Free shipping and handling to any address in the continental United States. If you wanted to buy 2 of these, maybe one for the living room, one for the bedroom, or one for you and one for mom and dad, or one for grandma and grandpa, we can do both of them again on FlexPay, so 20 times 2 is $40. You could buy 2 of these tonight for $40. And heck, if you wanted to ship this directly to mom and dad who live in a different city and state, we'll ship it directly to them at no additional charge at all. The other thing to know is that you're buying during our special return period, which means that you've got the opportunity to experience this, to try this, to use this all the way through the end of January next year. And if come the end of January next year, you say, I'm thrilled I tried it, but it's not for me, you can return it to us for a refund of the purchase price. So everything is in your favor. If you buy it now, of course, as you look at some of the temperatures up and down the country at the moment, I mean, it's getting cool out there, it's getting cold out there. If you buy it at the moment, you're able to take full advantage of it throughout the whole winter season. And Kerry, I see our clock is obvious. Okay, we're very busy, especially on the black and the gray. Guys, if you're on hold, we will get to you, but we're taking the final 150, 200 orders in the black. So again, if you want the black, do not hang up until you've ordered your black. I want you to get the color you love the most. Kerry, the money that you're spending, yes, the money you could save as well through the season.
Yes, because you can lower the thermostat in the rest of the house. If you're gonna make pasta, you got a pot for the sauce and you got a pot for the noodles. You're not gonna put on the other 5 burners. Why would you do that?
Right.
The same is the case with zone heating. And it really is very cost effective if you use it properly, because essentially, if you're spending most of your time in the living room, kitchen area, put one of these there. That's it. And then if it's really cold in the bedroom, turn it off, unplug it, and bring it into the bedroom.
Yeah.
Plug it in and turn it back on again. I mean, when I was a kid growing up on Long Island in New York, we lived about 5 blocks from the Atlantic Ocean. And it was freezing. It was great in the summer, oh my gosh, you know. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But in the winter, the wind coming off the Atlantic Ocean was freezing. We had icicles, you know, just from the wind. And it was, and so I grew up with 2 public school teachers. We didn't have a lot of money. This house was falling apart. It wasn't very well insulated. We were running around like wild Indians. And at one point, we got a kerosene heater and put it in the kitchen.
Right.
And we closed off bedrooms. And so I would have to go down there in the morning and turn that thing on, which was terrifying to me. So this is the latest and the greatest technology. It's something that you're really proud to have in your home that you can leave out year round. It's not an eyesore. It's not something that you hide behind a plant. You put it out there because it's the hearth and the warmth of not just the way it looks, but the way it really does warm you. If you're somebody like me who has cold feet, until I got married 3 years ago, but my feet are just cold. You know, I love a real fireplace. It's a lot of work, but it's just, it's primal almost. We were talking about this the other day, you know, because you have 2 dogs and I have a dog. Yeah. Like we were saying, you know, when dogs became man and woman's best friend?
Yes.
When we came up with fire. That's why they showed up. They were like, this is pretty cool. These guys can make that thing. Yeah. I'll just lay it right here, and I'll bark if I hear anything. so maybe they'll throw me some food, and the rest is history. It all started with that. So if you have fur babies like we do, they're going to be right here. Yeah. All of them are going to be stretched out. They're going to be yawning and stretching and rolling over on their back. They're going to feel safe and warm, and you're going to feel safe and warm as well. Safety features, super important. Want to stress that really right now. And that is that this has 2 very important safety features. If it gets too hot for any reason, and it's not going to, it will shut itself off. If it gets tipped over either left, right, forward, or backward, it will shut itself off automatically. That's the beauty. Did you see it go out?
Yeah.
You see it went out, just went out. Just because it thought it was falling. Live on TV. That's the beauty of this. So before it hits the ground, it's going to shut itself off. So congratulations if you already got yours. And I know a lot of people are getting more than one. They're getting one for themselves. They're shipping one to a loved one. Good for you. I love the idea that you're getting this on the 3rd of October. What's left of it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to arrive early. And I gave this to my dad in 2019. He's in his 90s, part of the greatest generation, a retired public school teacher. And every time I talk to him, ever since I got, just sitting here on the couch, Carrie, with Mookie, my cat. I know who your cat is. I know Mookie, Dad. Reading a book of Thomas Jefferson's. Okay, Dad, I got it. But this heater, Carrie. And I told him we had a Today Special coming up. And he was like, I'll go on the air. I'll call. Dad, we're good.
Oh, God bless him.
Yeah, but he literally loves it, you know? And he's retired, and he's reading with his cat, and it keeps him safe and sound and warm and cozy.
It's everything you want. And you can't get this anywhere else. There's no big box store, there's no local store, there's no retailer that's got it. We could talk about it all night, but we gotta say goodbye. Last time, teal, red, copper, gray, and black. Last call on these three, hanging on by a thread. Price will go up at midnight tonight. Kerry, my friend, thank you so
Adam,
much.
always a pleasure.
So much fun.
So much fun, yeah,
Oh my gosh. Congratulations to the entire team at Warm Living. Over 15,000 now reserved. Make sure you get it before the clock strikes 12. We've got a thing called free shipping and handling, but we also have a thing called free exchanges. If you buy something, let's say in the fashion world, or maybe a heater, and you say, I shouldn't have got maybe the copper, I should have got the gray, you can actually exchange it for free. How good is that? Something we introduced just a short while ago, but it's been a very popular choice for obvious reasons. Well, with that being said, we're gonna keep going tonight. I'm gonna head over this way as we round out our final item of the show. We do weekly deal drops every single week, and the weekly deal drops are only good for a week or until they sell out. This morning, we launched an HP all-in-one. Now, heck, we do a lot of laptops, and I mean